Because when you see a bad movie, you're like, wow, that was 2 hours of my life I will never get back. You know, it's like that. That was like a horrible experience, and I will never get it back. And I walk out of movies. I don't know about anybody else, but I like will walk out of a movie. I have no problem walking out of a movie. Movie's bad. I'm leaving. I don't care that I paid $400 million to see the movie. I don't care what I paid. Despicable Me was really expensive. Okay, just for you folks that don't live in New York, Despicable Me in 3D cost me $17.50 a ticket. That's freaking crazy. That is insane. That is like, wow. Talk about inflation. Who says there's no inflation? Go buy gold right now, because that'll hedge your movie tickets. You know? All right. So we're going to go to a break in a minute. Number is 877-242-8212 if you want to dial in. And we'll come back in a couple minutes, and we'll talk to Scott, the man Littlefield, the Candy Man, and we'll talk some technical analysis, get his take on the rest of the day, and I'll give you mine. See you in a minute. Yo, it's the Trader. I'm back. I'm back. I'm glad to be back. We got Scott Littlefield, the Candy Man, as I call him, because he's always dishing out candy at trendfund.com in the chat room and his morning briefing service. Scott, you with me?
I'm with you today.
How's the candy going today?
Well, candy was a little slow right now. We had a nice bump up out of the market open, but we've sort of slowed down the market pace, so I'm waiting for the next move. So hopefully we'll get some ideas shortly here. We could be finding support, and the bulls might be finding traction here, looking at a price around 1090 in the S&P cash, but right now we sort of hit a brick wall right at the 50-day moving average on the S&P 500. So
where was that? About
1095.
1095. Okay. All right. So we need to get over that 1095 level, or we could see some pullback here, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly what we're
Yeah, and if you look at Alcoa, which is really a lot of the reason why we've rallied like this, right?
Yeah.
Alcoa's up a mere 14 cents now, and actually went flat on the day at one point. So, and may close red. This thing is just such a crapola.
Yeah, no, it's
so
in fact, we were watching Alcoa today for some more upside, but it obviously faded and it looks pretty weak here. Novelis, though, also boosting futures this morning, is holding up pretty well out of the semi group, and of course that's a group.
Novelis?
Yeah, Novelis.
A novelist? What is a novelist?
It's a novice trader.
There you go. Well, if you're a novice trader, that means you have a lot to learn. All right, so I talked a little bit about MBG and some of the European banks, because I like them for a trade here.
MBG?
NBG, National Bank of Greece. But I also like any of the European banks here, really. Deutsche Bank, which is DB, Credit Suisse, which is CS, IRE. I'm not really crazy about, only because I can't buy any options on it, but because the spreads are too big. But I bought some NBG 250 August calls for 30 cents. So tell me, what do you think? What do you think? Do I have a shot?
No, I mean, I think we were looking at this group last time. It's got strong support at the 250 area. It dipped below that on the last downturn, but it's put in a nice reversal and now back above it. So as long as it stays above 250, which is the right strike for you, I think it's got a shot to make a move.
Now, another stock we call, we called today for my option trader service. So Wells Fargo, what does that look like? One of the things I wanted to talk about in today's show is a little bit was options and option volume and kind of how to read it a little bit, because I'm reading some of these stocks are just getting like really overwhelmingly bullish signals from the option market, and Wells Fargo is one of them.
Right.
The calls dwarf the puts. In fact, the $28 August calls, which are trading about $1.33 right now. I've traded nearly 13,000 contracts. The puts, the 28 puts, and the stock is right there, so that would basically be a straddle. Though that's they've only traded 2,300. So, stocks like that I like to watch because I think that the market's kind of tipping its hand a little bit. Now that doesn't mean that we roll over. That's not going to roll over, but the stock looks like it's picking up a little momentum to me. And I'm not a big Wells Fargo fan, but what's your take?
No, actually, I love the banks more so than the brokers, and I think Wells Fargo is following in suit here. In fact, you had a huge expansion bar right at 707, which I think is acting as a nice reversal. You had a consolidation, so it looks to me like you have a breakout of what I call a bull pennant, and of course we gapped and went this morning, and we're holding our gains pretty well. So I do love this sector, or I like this sector for a little bit of a bounce. I would watch the 2870 area.
Okay.
You have strong resistance in the 50-day and the 89 exponential moving average. Also some resistance at 28, but I do think that you're on a winner here. So I think the banks.
A winner. Well, we've had some nice winners lately. I know Option Trader's rocking because I had Exxon. Those calls are rock. I mean, they're rocking like sick. GE rocking. I think we called Ford. I think Ford calls. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I called Ford calls about over $1 ago. So those are at least 100 and probably 150% winner. Easy. I think maybe more. Wow. Woo! I deserve a pat on the back.
You're doing well.
So nobody's complaining. I take it.
No, not on those calls.
Okay. All right. Good. Otherwise, I have to smack them. So. Okay. So what do you think? What do you think here? Consolidate, go higher, or break down? We've seen the highs of the days. We'll never get over that. That 200-day or that 50-day or that 400,000-day.
Well, I do think the 50-day may be tough for us to break today. I wouldn't be surprised if we close, if we do bounce and challenge the highs again, and maybe close right there, and reconcile the 50-day one way or the other tomorrow. But
right.
But I am seeing some support here, so it's possible that we could at least hold up here for the very least, and we'll see what we can do tomorrow. But I am still in the long term. I'm still somewhat bearish on the markets because of the Head and Shoulders breakdown that we spotted, last week. But I do think we can bounce a little bit higher here. Let me pull up the SPX.
Well, the good thing is I'm bald, so I don't have to worry about Head and Shoulders.
Right. But 1100 is a bit of resistance as well. Of course, that's right above the 50-day. But 1130 would be the area that I think would be tough for us to break. So,
that's a long way off 1130.
Yeah. So I could see some more upside up to that point.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. What do you think about gold? Because a lot of people are still asking me about gold, and I think gold looks a little broken to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's, we did have a breakdown on it a week or so ago. I laid off this chart for a while. So it's, a 122 is a triple top scenario. So I think we very well could be consolidating for a lower move on gold, which, may bode well for the markets overall. 89 exponential I show is 116, so that's strong support.
Okay.
But I don't see a sign that this is necessarily going to break out anytime soon.
All right. So you're kind of neutral on it.
Neutral on it. If anything, it could look a bit heavy to me.
Okay. A little heavy. Gold, a little heavy. But it's good to have a lot of gold. That's heavier.
Right.
All right. That was a bad joke. Okay.